Five Nights at Freddy's, but they can mimic your voice, because what's more scary than seeing this lovely face and hearing it say,
Michael, don't leave me here.
a face only a mother can love. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, everybody's favorite iconic mascot horror franchise just released its newest game, Secret of the Mimic. Was it good? Was it bad? Did it have any juicy, delectable memes like
Exotic butters.
Well, I don't know yet, cause as of the time writing the script, the game hasn't come out. But upon seeing the word mimic, the last two neurons in my brain did a funny little dance, and I thought, what if the animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's could mimic your voice like the Skinwalker mods in games like Lethal Company? And thus, an idea was born. So, mimicking, how exactly are we going to do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's a great question, my friend. Excuse me? Wait, where did you come from? Well, to mimic our player's voice, we're going to first need to record the player's voice, correct? Yes, but seriously, how did you get out? I thought I locked all you clones in the basement. And to record the player's voice, we're going to need to give them a reason to say things, yes? I'm gonna need to up security again. Oh wait, I am security. So, instead of a normal point and click with Five Nights at Freddy's, we just make everything use voice activation instead. For example,
Finish him.
don't worry, he'll be fine. But, as I was saying, instead of hitting a button to close the door, the players will have to say, close left door or close right door. Instead of a light switch, the players will say, close light or open light. And instead of having a timer or a resource meter, we have the players read some definitely not suspicious normal company disclaimers, like how Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for any child dismemberment, fainting due to poor ventilation and descent of decaying corpses, or any fatality due to cheese-bladed incidents. And that, my good folks, is how I get the players to give us the recordings of words to use for our fine little mix. What's that? You're so right, my dear friend. Why stop at just voice-activated office doors when we can make the whole entire game focus on audio more so than normal Five Nights at Freddy's already does? What a great idea! Instead of security cameras, we got security microphones where you have to listen for the animatronics. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. And taking a book out of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, instead of lights outside of the door, you have to run up to it and listen for sound cues to know the animatronics are right outside there. We've been trying to reach you about your car's And if worst comes to worst, you can hide under the table for maximum security, if you ever need it. Whether it's to hide from the animatronics or to tell the void your deepest, darkest secrets, the table is a safe space for all. We've been trying. Except when the mimic is also hiding under there. First things first, we need to set up the scenes of the game. Luckily for us, Five Nights at Freddy's sit in the office like a juicy steak for the animatronics to eat gameplay. Means we only need a few scenes. Number 1, the main office where you'll have access to camera mics and voice commands. Number 2, the door close-ups where you'll be able to see and hear the mimics up close and personal. And number 3, underneath the desk, your mostly safe space. Make a camera that pans left and right within the scenes and we get something like this. Looks good, and all we have to do is slap on the art and bada bing bada boom, the environment visuals are done. Of course, what's the point in being a silly goober in the office if you don't get any guests to come visit you? Like in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, each door will have their designated enemy that wants to drop by and say hello after finishing their scenic walk around the facility you're in. And what kind of a neighbor would they be if they didn't stop by the window to say hi every once in a while? Of course, there's always one that's not like the others, who will be roaming around the map at random, unlike the other peasants who have to greet you at the door to be let inside. This mimic can go directly underneath your desk. How or why? We may never know. A mimic does what a mimic do. But with the office and enemies set up, it's time to do the fun stuff. So, it's time to play everybody's favorite game show. How will Spaek choose to implement the text-to-speech function for the Five Nights at Freddy's fan game they're making inspired by Secret of the Mimic? The title is still a work in progress. But introducing our contestants. Number 1, implement everything ground up yourself. Now, I've been taught to always believe in yourself, and that if you set your mind, you can do anything. But yeah, no, I should divide my sanity. Thank you very much. We are not taking this option. Number 2, use speech-to-text API. On the surface, this seems like a good solution. Easy to use, allows for all the technical stuff to be handled by others, and usually there's documentation of how to make it work. There's just one teeny problem. I'm broke. So, last but not least, number 3. Use a Godot-compatible add-on that allows us to use local models so that we don't have to spend money. Wow, Spaek, that's an awfully specific option. Could this possibly be the right choice? Wow, other Spaek, how are you able to catch on to my very subtle hinting that this would be the correct option? A hyuk. Yeah, we're going with this option. But luckily for me, Godot happens to have an add-on that was exactly what I'm looking for. Introducing Godot Speech Recognition. By using Vosk models, this add-on allows us to input in an audio stream, and in return, we get some lovely transcribed words. Specifically, the model will return just the text transcribed until the user stops speaking. Then it will return the whole sentence transcribed, as well as the timestamps for each word. And with the timestamps we receive, we can then use those and splice up the audio so that we have clips for each word.
Close.
It's not perfect, but as we like to say in the programming world, it's not a bug, it's a feature. We can call it realism, that the mimics don't always perfectly mimic what you say, right? Now, having the mimic just repeat what the players say is fine and all, but wouldn't it be more fun if the mimic sounded like a mimic with a robotic filter and all that? But before we dive into that, let's have a quick lesson about Godot's audio handling. So, Godot handles audio via things called audio buses, which function like audio channels. Each bus has its own volume level, effects that you can put, and each bus has a parent bus that they send their audio to, eventually converging into the master bus, where the audio is outputted into your lovely ears. Thus, you can essentially stack different effects on an audio by having different effects on the parent bus versus the child bus. Keep this in mind, class, because this will be important later. But for adding a robotic filter for the mimic, all we have to do is create a mimic bus and add some effects like compressor, low pass filter, pitch shifting, and distortion, and this is the kind of sound we get.
Beep, boop, I'm a robot.
Not bad, but with some encoding and decoding into 8-bit and then performing some fancy byte shifts, we get the following.
Boop, beep, I'm a robot.
Much better. With the speech-to-text setup, implementing the player's controls is pretty straightforward. We just give the model what the player says and match the output to any predefined command, such as close left door, close right door. And likewise, the reader the players have to follow to progress the night is similar, where we give the model what the user says, match the output to the words they have to read. To tie it all together, we need to make sound and a corresponding system to handle it. For this game, I decided to centralize all the audio handling such that everything was controlled by an audio manager, and every time we wanted a sound produced, we just send a little request to the audio manager to play the sound. So, for sound effects that don't need any special effects, such as the player running between the doors, or when the player's heartbeat races while having prolonged eye contact with the mimics. Ooh, how romantic. For these sound effects, we can just play them in the master audio bus with no issues. And remember earlier when we talked about audio buses? Well, we're going to need them to create our camera microphone system. Since each camera will have different rooms, we can have separate audio buses for each room, with each bus having different reverb effects. Add some ambient background noise, and this is what we get. Furthermore, with each room being their own bus, when we want to play any sound effects in the room, such as the mimic itself, we can just map the parent of the mimic bus to the corresponding camera bus, so that the camera room effect is automatically applied to the mimic sound effect. So we get something like this. And with that done, our game is ready to playtest. And who better to playtest than myself? So we are playing night 3 because night 3 is in the middle of 5 nights, I would say, right? 2 nights before, 2 nights after, a good middle ground. This is definitely my first time trying. I definitely have not already tried this several times and failed several times for several different reasons. That would be crazy. Ooh, that was was a lovely sound. The voice was so lovely that I forgot how to English. Oh my god, Rebecca is here. Rebecca is here. Close lights. Close lights. Rebecca, go away. Nobody wants to see your ugly dentures. Oh my god, there's even more. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Close eyes. Go away, Rebecca. Nobody wants you here. Let's see. Where are these? Where are these funky little fellows? I say little, but I think in lore they're probably bigger than me. Did you know that by making it to your third night, you are statistically in the top 10% of hires for this gig? Grab back! I did not panic. We are calm. Je suis calm. Je suis calm. We calm. That's right, most folks don't make it past night 1. So go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back because no one else is with you right now. Once you are done with congratulating yourself, let's take a moment to review some company policy. Since you're clearly a pro at keeping everything okay in the office. Yes, everything is okay. My, mimic bar is not already halfway up. That would be great. That would be crazy. Crazy. I once went crazy. Stay. Rebecca, nobody wants you. At Fazbear Entertainment, we reserve the right to terminate employment at any moment for any reason. Whether it's because you forgot to smile and ruined the magic of Fazbear's, or decided to dismantle the animatronics in a desperate attempt to save yourself from potential death, both will result in being fired on the spot. However, Fazbear Entertainment understands that such risk must be provided with proportional compensation. Thus, we offer a stick of our world-famous exotic butters when you take your leave at the end of the week. What do you think exotic butters taste like? Like, do we think it's sweet? Go away, 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 go away. I missed you. I missed you? Excuse me. Perfect for spreading on toast or bribing your way out of a bad... Close lights. Oh, Rebecca, you sure know how to make a person feel I can feel it in my bones. Rebecca's back soon.
Hello?
To protect our proprietary tech and keep the party going, all employees are bound by a strict non-disclosure agreement. I can't even see my where did my mimic bar go? How? She's back. Rebecca's back. Go away, Rebecca. I don't want your Girl Scout cookies. A honk a day keeps the Rebecca away, as I say. Open lights. Close right door. Close right door. Close lights. No one is here, Rebecca. No Halloween candy for you and your ugly teeth. Exactly. That's what I thought.
Hello?
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Hello?
Honkies. Stress relief, as they say. It's me. 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 Error. Foreign data detected. Let's try. No. Oh. Are you? it was so good. Well, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If enough of you guys want to try out the game for yourselves, I will add a link into the description so you can download it for yourself. If you've made it this far, congrats, you are now an owner of a virtual bar of exotic butter. And I'll leave you all with me struggling to say close left door. 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 Easy peasy.